persecuted. We're going to start off our simple and small ceremony. We're going to ask Cliff if he would, or Chris if he would run our Every Child Matters flag to the top, and we'll bring each flag down to the half, and we'll have 2 minutes of silence. Then you get to hear my speech. National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, I'll ask everybody to observe 2 minutes of silence. The National Day of Truth and Reconciliation began in 2021 as a response to the call to action number 80 of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The federal government aligned this day to coincide with the first Orange Shirt Day that had begun in 2013. The reality is that the need for a day of truth and reconciliation began hundreds of years earlier with a misguided belief that colonialization was a proper and needed process to force the assimilation of many Indigenous nations to the then European way of life, language, law, religion, and custom. Over the next multiple generations, countless lives were adversely affected, families were destroyed, horrific secrets kept, and thousands of innocent lives lost. Despite service to this new country, educational advancement, or simply falling in love, Indigenous persons were often oppressed, exploited, and persecuted. The results for many was a loss of identity and self-esteem, augmented by addiction dependencies and racial discrimination. These are the stories that are now being heard. This is our history. There is, however, a takeaway that we must embrace and understand. Yesterday has been lost to us forever. We cannot change what was. We can, however, learn that tomorrow is ours to write, and the story must be positive for everyone. The challenge given to us by the orange shirt is simple. Every child matters. In 1973, Phyllis Webstad was given an orange shirt by her grandmother, and she wore it to her first day of residential school. It was confiscated from her at the school, and 40 years later, she presented this story that was but one of more than 6,500 that the Commission heard about during their 7 years of investigation. The Commission provided us with 94 calls to action. These are important cornerstones to the realignment of our history and the construction of our futures. My challenge to you is to read, understand, and where possible, adopt these calls to action and make our world, our country, our province, our community, and our lives the best we possibly can by learning from our past and positively shaping our future. I would encourage every one of you today and every day, tell your stories, whatever they may be. Interact with each other, learn from each other, and help each other. Thank you once again for coming out today.